Today I'm sharing 3 easy crockpot dinners that are healthy and perfect for busy weeknights. They have minimal prep time and are great for meal prepping. First up is my honey mustard chicken bacon quesadilla. I'm going to start off by adding chicken breasts to the crockpot, and you can use however many you want. Then I'm going to put just enough chicken broth to coat the bottom of the pot. For seasonings, you can put any kind of seasoning you want on it. For mine, I did salt, pepper, onion and garlic powder, paprika, and a little bit of cayenne. I'm going to cover and cook this on high for about 4 hours or until the chicken is fully cooked and you're able to shred it with a fork very easily. Once it's fully cooked, you can go ahead and start shredding it with your fork. And I also want to add that for this recipe, you can cook your bacon and make your honey mustard ahead of time to help save time when putting this together. Now I'm going to set this to the side and start working on the honey mustard. We're going to add 1/4 cup of Dijon, 1/4 cup of honey, a 1/2 cup of mayo, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. I'm going to stir this all together until it gets nice and creamy and looks just like this. Now I'm going to work on the bacon. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees and line a pan with parchment paper and lightly spray it with avocado oil. Now I'm going to line the bacon up on my pan, and I'm going to bake mine for about 25 minutes, but you can cook it for however long you need to reach your desired crispiness. And once your bacon is fully cooked, we're going to remove it from the pan and set it down on a paper towel to help it drain. And now it's finally time to assemble our quesadillas. We're going to start by warming up our pan and lightly spraying it with some avocado oil. We're going to put our tortilla down and then cover it with cheese. I'm using pepper jack, but feel free to use whatever cheese you like. I just like mine sweet and spicy. Then we're going to add the shredded chicken and spread it out nice and evenly. Then we're going to drizzle some of the honey mustard over the top, and you can put however much you like. Once you're done with the honey mustard, we're going to crush up some bacon and spread it evenly over the top of the chicken. And then I'm going to finish it off with some shredded Kobe Jack cheese, and then put your last tortilla on top. Let that cook for a few minutes until it's golden on the bottom. I flip mine onto a paper plate, and then I just slide it back into the pan for easy flipping. And then you'll cook on that second side until it's golden just like this. Once it's done, I like to slice mine in 4s with a pizza cutter because it makes things so much easier. And I also like to serve mine with an extra side of honey mustard for dipping. And this recipe also makes really excellent meal prep. For the next meal, I'm going to show you how to make honey garlic chicken and veggies. This is probably one of my favorite crockpot recipes. We're going to start by slicing 3 carrots, dicing 4 small potatoes, and trimming about a cup of green beans. And here's what everything will look like when you're done. Now we're going to make our sauce. We're going to use 1/4 cup of coconut aminos, 1/3 cup of honey, a 1/2 cup of chicken broth, 1 tablespoon of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, and you can add more later if you feel like it needs more, and then about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and same with the pepper. And then we're going to mix everything together. For my chicken, I'm using 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and we're going to put them in the bottom of the crock pot just like this. And then we're going to add just our carrots and potatoes to the chicken. Then we're going to dump our sauce in. And for the green beans, we're going to add it during the last 30 to 40 minutes of cooking time so they don't get soggy. I'm going to cook mine on low for about 4 to 6 hours or until everything is tender. Now I'm ready to add my green beans, and I'm going to give everything a little stir. When the food is almost done cooking, we're going to make a thickener to help the sauce be nice and sticky. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of tapioca flour and 1 tablespoon of water, and I'm going to mix everything together until the tapioca is fully dissolved. Once everything is fully dissolved, we're going to dump it straight into the crock pot and give everything a good mix until it's fully incorporated. And usually it takes a few minutes for your sauce to thicken, so just let it sit for a little while before serving. And lastly, we're going to top it with some sesame seeds. If you gave this recipe a try, please leave me a comment and let me know how you like it. For the last crockpot meal, I'm going to show you how to make lemon, garlic, chicken, and veggies. We're going to start by slicing an onion up into thin slices. Next, we're going to place our chicken into the bottom of the crock pot. For mine, I'm using 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We're going to place all of our onions on top of the chicken and just kind of spread everything out. Now we're going to add 1/3 cup of chicken broth, And then I'm going to juice 1 whole lemon into this. For seasonings, I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and a pinch of crushed red pepper. And feel free to adjust these seasonings if you feel like it needs a little more. And then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of mix everything together. I'm going to cook this on low for about 3 to 4 hours. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and dice my vegetables. I have 1 large yellow squash and 2 small zucchini, and I'm going to chop them up into large chunks just like this. The last hour of cooking, we're going to add 1 container of organic tomatoes, and then we're going to add the vegetables that we just chopped up to it. So we'll cook that for about an hour until everything is tender but not soggy, and then that's it. To help brighten up the flavors while serving, you can top with some feta cheese, some lemon zest, or a fresh squeezed lemon. And that's a wrap on our 3 Crockpot chicken dinners. If you'd like to see more of my upcoming recipes, don't forget to hit subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.